god.
It's actually just a banana.
Yeah.
No, it's serious. It stretches.
I just,
Oh,
just
you're
wait
just
for
making it
someone
worse.
to
That's just worse. Oh god. Alright. Oh wait, hang on. I was about to do a clap and then I wasn't ready to begin yet. Hang on. Hang on. I'm buying a t-shirt.
Not the floppy.
In the middle of podcast, buys t-shirt.
Yeah, dude. It's a really good t-shirt. It's
while
got,
Knightfall's
like-
buying his t-shirt then. Now let's
okay.
go ahead. And
You do it
introduce
while I buy my
our
t-shirt.
guests. So there's myself. I'm not a guest, by the way. Me and Knightfall. We're the two regulars, in case you guys haven't tuned in before. Then we have, in descending order of importance, we've got Rodigidy, captain and ADC of Ivory.
Descending.
We've got Oenamaus, or call me Mr. Mouse, mid laner for Ivory, and public relations consultant. And then we've got Parathus, the newest casting kid on the block, who casted publicly for the first time in the weekend. Congratulations to all three of you for your all very excellent performances in your various areas. Especially to you guys on Ivory for making it through to PAX, and shout outs to Sif Gaming as well for being the other team that qualified for PAX. And welcome to the Deoceide podcast.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm sure it'll be a great time.
It's Parathus, by the way, not Parathus.
I don't want to correct people because
You're allowed to
Alright, let's do
correct
it.
people.
Nah.
Like, I think for like the 4 weeks building up to when I was like first started casting, I think Timmy was calling me Parathus for the whole time, and I was just like, yeah, just go with it, man. Oh well.
Don't worry. I don't think anyone's got my name right yet. Well, a few.
It's just easier to say, call me Mr. Mouse.
Yeah, exactly.
On a moose. On a moose. Is that it?
No.
Ah.
Oh. Oh, I don't have enough money. Fuck. Anyway, so So-
Access to everyone.
welcome, welcome to the podcast. So let's talk about a few things. What are you guys' thoughts and how are you guys? I want to say dealing with the mindset of making it to PAX. You guys on Ivory, Mouse, and Rob.
You just gotta run around shooting shit.
Honestly, I'm probably still in a little bit of disbelief at this point. We haven't even got together since the games to even have a chat and be like, yeah, good one, boys. I've been really busy with uni, so it's probably my bad. But yeah, so I don't know. It feels a bit surreal, I guess. Because we only sort of confirmed our roster pretty much 5 days before the tournament, and then we were like, all right, we'll give it a fair dig, fair shake of the sauce bottle, one might say, and then just got around it. The boys were frothing, and just had a good time.
Awesome. Like it was pretty. I think it's safe to say it was all pretty unexpected that you guys would make it, but the fact that you did is absolutely phenomenal. So well done to you guys.
Yeah.
Probably unexpected, because we're a pretty under-publicised team, so no one really knew
definitely.
what we were going to pull out on the weekend. We've been putting a fair bit of work in, picked up Funky, just sort of working together, having a good time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think many other teams sort of expected anything out of us, which has probably helped edge us a bit further ahead even.
And you mentioned Fonke. How comfortable is he on the team, and how comfortable are you guys adjusting to him?
I think for me it's been like the best thing that's happened to me since I joined Ivory. Like he's just been mine and his partnership has been really good, jungle and mid. Like I can't overstate that enough. It's been massive for me. Like just so good actually.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, good junglers are always nice. And yeah.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts? Like what was going through your head when you 2-0'd COG and then you won the game and like that's when you knew that alright, I'm going to PAX.
I think the moment I realised that we'd won was like it was there was that last group fight where they were just pushing us back out at that Phoenix, and no one sort of even like looked at me on their team, and I just like killed 2 of them in like 4 shots each, and then
Yeah.
I was like, oh, all right, we better finish this up. It was pretty ecstatic that moment. Like I probably could have turned around and helped the guys kill the rest of them and stuff, but I was just heading straight for the Titan. I was pretty stoked.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm also on it.
Yeah, I think the first game against COG was a real motivation
Yeah,
for us to
I'm
even
back
like
there.
2-0 them, because we thought we could do it, but to actually get the first win under our belt so convincingly was really big for us, I think.
Just from a analyst/caster point of view, those are some really, really entertaining games to watch, and I'm sure the audience agrees with me. The second game, the first game you guys were pretty dominant. The second game, though, you started a bit rough out the gates. They had your number a bit early, and then to show the tenacity to come back from an early deficit and bring yourselves back into the finals, I think that proves your quality quite a bit and shows how far you've progressed as a team since even the Pro League qualifying tournament, where you guys just barely missed out, and then you managed to get into the Pro League due to another team disbanding. And then that fighting spirit you've always had, I think, is very inspirational to some of your fans out there.
There is a Nerf gun in the room.
It's been a long journey, that's for sure. Like, we started out not expecting to be in Pro League, and then to get the actual opportunity was like just the best thing we could have got at that time. And then to progress through the Pro League and finish 6th was really big. And then obviously to make it to PAX is just the most phenomenal thing I think I've been a part of.
Yeah.
And you get to play against the guy behind you. What is it like playing against your
dial
friends? Yeah.
I get trash talked a fair bit. So it's always fun. I mean,
Whoa! I didn't know
bullshit.
Richard's the biggest trash talker out there.
Yeah, I think I've become really good friends with, obviously Kiki and Richard are my IRL friends, but Chuckles also is like a fairly good friend, and God, I cop it from him sometimes, like all the time.
Melons.
I kind of feel sorry for Mouse. He cops it from everywhere. And he just
Teammates. Switch. Oh my god.
Let's be fair though, Switch shouldn't be in this.
Yeah.
So, Parathus, how are you today?
Yeah, pretty good.
That's good.
Just still thinking about the weekend and how hype it was.
It was, wasn't it?
About it. It's crazy.
As your first like public cast, what was going through your mind before and then during and after the cast?
Before the cast, it was on it was on the Sunday since I was busy on Saturday. But I usually sleep in all day. But I woke up at like 7 o'clock in the morning. I was just that nervous about it, thinking about it the night before, and then as soon as I woke up, I just had like everything planned out. I was already in like the Skype, and I was talking to everyone about what I should set up for. Got like the backdrop here, and I was trying not to think about it, because like as everyone was saying when I was building up to it, like there's nothing to be nervous about. But like, to be fair, I was crapping my pants the whole entire time. I was so nervous building up to it, but it was like building up to it was probably the most nervous thing I've ever felt in my life. I wrote like 4 different introduction scripts and went through like every single detail with you guys. But yeah, building up to it was nervous, that's to say the least. But then like going through it, I wasn't nervous at all. Like as soon as I got into casting with Timmy and of course you, KFC, it was yeah. KFC is great, but then
That
the
name is
nerves
so
went
weird,
away.
but it's awesome.
The name is weird, but it's great.
Hmm.
Such a good nickname. But yeah, the nerves went away as soon as I started to get into it, and then after I was just so relieved that I got it through, and that I was just like I did as good as I could. I mean, I worked on a lot of things building up to it, and then I just just smash it out over one weekend. But it was a great experience.
I think all of us sort of like got eased into, you know, being on camera, being like in public, like myself, I've been streaming for a year, and then I casted like a tournament last year, and then the viewership built up. Same with HughZ starting on YouTube, and then we went through the invite league. But then you, Parathus, came in Challengers Cup, 400 and something to like 500 viewers straight off, and you pull this amazing thing, and you actually did so well, and it was actually really amazing. So. What does that say? One cheeseburger.
I owe him a cheeseburger. I told him like months ago if I make it to PAX, I'll buy him a cheeseburger.
Wait, what was the question?
Anyway, yeah, just like you were like brand new to this. Well, not brand new. You've been practicing casting for so long, and you put so much effort into it. But then coming like straight off into 400, 500 people, and then like casting the way you did, it was actually super amazing and well done, man. Yeah, it was great. So everyone should follow him on Twitter, and everyone should be like, well done to him.
Yeah, nice job, dude.
Yeah, appreciate that, guys.
What's your opinion?
So I was first time I practiced cast with you. I was really impressed, and I know Cyanide was as well. And you know, unfortunately, there's not much left to cast in the meantime. And at least officially, I know there's various peoples that want to run stuff during this kind of off-season break between Pro League and PAX, and even after PAX, between PAX and SWC in the beginning of the next season. So I'm sure there'll be plenty of stuff in there for everyone to hear you at again, and I know a lot of people look forward to that. But let's take a look at just speaking off season, Knightfall. Want to chat about the things that can potentially happen during the off season?
So there's a possibility. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this actually. There's definitely going to be like one-day tournaments, and hopefully like running of, you know, maybe weekly tournaments where teams just play for like gems or something, because HughZ are always supportive, and if we say, hey, we're running this tournament, could you like sponsor it, they'll always give us 800, 400, 200 gems for the winners, which is super awesome. But what I really want to do is get like some sort of money pool into a tournament or a one-day tournament where you can like pay a fee to get in, and then like earn a percentage of it back, or like 100% of the pool goes to the winners, which would be super awesome, and I'm really keen for that to happen. So yeah, it would be really, really cool. But what will happen? That's a note we've made, but nothing has been confirmed. I don't know why I wrote that. Nothing's been confirmed, but it's like one-day tournaments are definitely going to happen. Everyone, like, if you're part of a team, stay with the team, practice with them, get good with them, because there's always next year. And if you're basically do what Insight did, like they formed this last year, like around this time last year actually, and then like they just practice, and now they're like the best in OCE. So if you guys make a team now, you could be the best in OCE this time next year. But that's of course all for What's the word? I'm looking for a word there. Fuck, I don't know.
Does anyone else?
Anyway,
I don't know.
moving on. Patch notes. Let's talk about patch notes.
Patch notes.
Oh.
Blink. Blink.
Can't wait.
The item no one is gonna build anymore.
I mean, I think it'll still be built.
Yeah,
I think
it
there's
will.
definitely room for
I
it.
don't
It's
know.
just it's more riskier.
Yeah, but it's
don't
like
That's great English right there.
I don't think we'll see as many supports building it like first active blink. Like as soon as I get into it, like I don't think it'll be as important to build it straight away as you need. What is it, like 150-second cooldown for tier 1?
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing as many people buying it straight up the bat.
Not at all. No, we'll see probably more creeping curses like people used to love doing, and it was effective.
Tower, you made it confirmed.
That teleport to
serious
God.
thing, guys.
Teleport to
Teleport
God?
to God. Come on, haven't you listened to Chill?
Oh,
Come on.
teleport.
Wasn't that was like
Yeah,
my
that's-
meme, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I was
probably
yeah. Chilled was Girdle, yeah.
Was that the game Chuckles pulled that out against us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It certainly was, as Athena.
Yeah. Thanks, Chuckles.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
was
so
certainly a thing that happened.
for those of you who don't know, Blink is now on a 150-second cooldown instead of 90, and
That's at tier 1.
the cooldown will be activated whenever you take damage. By that it means it goes on the 150-second cooldown, right?
No.
Wait,
What that
whoa.
cooldown
That would be
is
OP.
it's the cooldown between when you take damage and to when you can blink. So that way, if you're like looking to blink into combat and you get hit by bloody archer minions, you can back out and it'll have a little timer that will count down to how long you can use it again.
Oh, okay. So it's
No,
like the
they already have
regular
it, don't they?
combat
Yeah, they already
thing.
have it. Wait,
No,
what?
they have like a line across it that just says you can't use it yet.
Yeah.
But basically, what it is like you have 7 seconds until you can use this item.
Oh, I thought it was cooldown timer, not the cooldown.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the
I mean, that's
confusion.
what it says
It
in the
shows a
notes.
graphic. Yeah,
Yeah.
my bad. My misunderstanding. But yeah, so there's actually going to be a graphic of combat.
One of the big things I think that is really important in this nerf is the
I'm back.
greater blink, where it no longer grants 40% movement speed for 1 second after blinking, which is a big mechanic for junglers. Closing the gap between them and their prey essentially when they're moving in, or even supports trying to get in amongst the rest of the team. No longer having that speed boost, I think, is going to really throw a lot of people off because they're not going to realize how much they've been relying on it in the past, and to have it taken away is going to be really interesting to see how people deal with that and like the situations they'll find themselves in.
Yeah.
But you don't think
And the same is happening for all tiers, although the cooldown for tier 2 is 110, and then greater blink is 70, which is still not bad. Like 70-second blink is not bad at all. I would still get that.
It's essentially a tier 2 blink time, which was a cooldown, which was 60 seconds.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not
It
too
actually
bad.
like
Obviously,
that.
it is a reduction. It's just going to mean that
like
like Ares, for example, would
You
just blink
see me in
in
the
off
background?
cooldown and burn beads. It's going to mean that he's not able to do that as effectively. He's going to have to wait a little bit longer.
Richard is louder than HughZ when Richard talks.
Yeah. Tempted to tell him to shut up. I think he's on comms with the direwolves guys.
Has he got a Nerf gun? Is that
It,
Nerf?
that is a Nerf
Yes.
gun. He
Oh
mentioned
my
it before.
God.
Do you have a Nerf gun? Oh my god!
Wow. This is a
You're an
professional
ass.
show. God, yeah. Alright. Some other things in the patch notes in terms of items. In fact, the only other thing in terms of items is Deathbringer. So Deathbringer, its passive is that critical strike damage.
Fuck you, Yuzi.
Fuck you, Richard. I didn't say shit.
Get wrecked.
I'll fucking shoot you.
I didn't say shit to Richard. I just said, does he have a Nerf gun? Oh, whatever.
Oh, this is great.
Whatever. Hashtag team Biggie. Anyway, Deathbringer's passive, what it used to do was that when you critical strike, you would get a 50% damage increase on your critical strike. Now it's being reduced. It's reducing that increase from 50% to 40%.
I am the captain now.
So I think that'll really affect. Obviously, it'll affect ADCs that build Deathbringer, but gods like Circuit are going to be really hard hit. Hunbats as well. I still think 40% is like not too bad. It's still a huge increase in damage.
It's massive.
On criticals. It's just going to mean that they're not as viable early.
I think that's a question for Robbie. Deathbringer. Do you feel that it's going to be a lot weaker on like 80 carries and things, or like is it just like that slight?
It's a 10% differential. I mean, like some ADCs scale with different executioner or like extra pen on HughZ or 5% bonus damage on HughZ. I love HughZ, but yeah. So like it's gonna matter obviously, but the way that the game's going in the meta at the moment, it's very sustained and very like strong team fights. It's all like pretty close and compact, and with like obviously you want to be dealing like as much damage as you can, but like a 10% reduction on Deathbringer is definitely like it's still going to be a perfectly fine item to use.
Yeah.
Like at current, I think if you use Rage, like say Deathbringer to Rage, like Rage has a higher DPS without like unless Deathbringer has other crits online. So like definitely be buying your Rage first
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But yeah, it'll still be pretty viable, like perfectly fine to use. Like you'll actually have to pick it up, and it'll still be part of the build.
Frostbound. On Barrett.
Anyone else? Any comments on Deathbringer?
On the 80s.
No.
I can't wait for the blink nerf, as I said before. I know it's not Deathbringer, but I can't wait for like supports and junglers not to be able to like pop my beads every 45 seconds or whatever it was. Like retarded.
Fair enough. I think we'll all look forward to that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good. Other big
No,
things.
Richard, I'm not playing Rocket League during the podcast.
Did he just invite you?
He just invited me to Rocket League during the podcast.
Oh god. Other big things. We got the Kipri ultimate. Executes will go through the ult and kill the person rather than that person then reviving
Thank
with the
God,
ultimate
finally.
on. So people like Thanatos and Al Kwang.
Kwang.
And who else has an execute? No one.
That's it.
No one.
Yeah. More people need executes. But yeah. Actually, no, I take that back. Those people need executes.
No. Do you think that more people will start to play Thanatos in like proper Pro League games if Capri's getting picked out? Like this is going to be like instant counter picks to Capri if he gets locked.
Yeah, I think there'll be aspects of Thanatos, but if Ao Kwang's not banned, yeah, you could probably look at Thanatos, but you can always pick up Ao Kwang, who does a lot more than Thanatos.
Yeah.
In my mind. So, but I think both of them will come into the meta. Ao Kwang obviously more than
They were just
Than.
throwing teams anyway.
Yeah. So it's pretty big, but it's not
Yeah.
so big that it will like break the game or anything.
Yeah.
But something I wanted to say was executes felt like they would have the impact to bypass Kipri's protection and as such will now kill targets even if they are under the effect of Scarab's blessing. Similarly to all breaking disarms, this should allow for some very unique counterplay scenarios. So from that, I feel like HughZ are now looking at the game and going, this makes sense if this happens. Shut up, Kiki.
What's he doing?
Was that Richard or Kiki hitting the
I
keyboard?
didn't. That was Kiki.
Fucking
Yeah.
Kiki.
I think
But
I've got to announce because my brother's cranky. This is actually his shirt.
Right. All right, let's talk about some other changes. So, Vamana has a passive meter, so still low tier there. I
Yeah.
don't really think that's going to be great. One kind of small change, which I think is actually pretty big, is Bacchus's belch now pushes back minions while firing.
yeah.
I think this is actually a pretty big change because
Yeah.
one of the things that made Sylvanas so super strong in his early days was his auto attacks able to knock back minions. I think that's going to be a really big mechanic. We might see some Barkas played more. Obviously, it's really hard to play Barkas without Hand of the Gods being a thing anymore. But still, that pushback mechanic is pretty strong.
I think the thing with Bacchus was he was always pretty strong if you could get him through to like the late game, but he's always struggled during that early laning phase kind of thing. So that might help him a little bit. I don't know. Rob's probably one to ask about the early laning phase with Bacchus.
I don't think I've run a Bacchus support in like a good 6 months, but I'll give it a try. Yeah, Bacchus, like I really like Bacchus, but if you want to be able to like have him as efficient support to clear the wave like in lane, you're gonna really need a high clear ADC because like I mean, potentially if his belch is gonna help like push some minions back and stuff, you can look at like some of those other ADCs that combine with that sort of thing with Artemis as free and things like that. But yeah, like I really love Bacchus as like a god. Like late game, I think he's really useful. Like his ultimate's just great actually. But yeah, it's just struggling to clear because he can't really help clear the wave in the early game without like subjecting himself to actually getting in a bit of trouble or getting out of position like in the wave clear. So it makes it pretty easy to get picked off. But if you can sort of belch and like put the minions back a bit, it should like relieve a little bit of pressure in that early game from him.
Yeah.
I hope we see more Barkuses because his burst is insane. It's
I
scary.
think my brother's first diamond god was Bacchus, so maybe.
I like him in combination with Jubilanke. The ultimate combination there. is
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty dirty.
Yeah.
Alrighty. let's move on to some more changes. So, one of the bigger ones is Jingtan getting hit with the nerf bat again. So, a lot of the damage and stuff being reduced on that, particularly, specifically on his Furious Roar and his Whirlwind of Rage and Steel. Those are going to be interesting ones to call out. Yeah, so did you guys, I don't know how much you guys have messed around with Jingtan, but did you feel he was overly strong and this is a necessary nerf, or what do you think?
I haven't seen much of him, in all honesty, but I know I played a couple of games with Chuckles the other day and he did some serious damage and work with him. So I think there's opportunity, I think he needed to be nerfed from what I saw and what I watched of some streams as well, like Jeff Hindler performed really well on him. That ult's got some serious potential with other gods, I think. Maybe some cuckoo action.
I think he had enough in that kit with all the damage and stuff he didn't, because I was playing a casual one day and then some guy, I think I looked at his magical power on Jing or something, it was like 180 and he's taken 1,144 off on me with his ult because my speeds were down, so that was pretty sad times. But a god like that, he doesn't need damage on the ult. You look at his kit, he's got a lot of damage stuff. He's probably a solo laner, you can pick up gem isolation and things like that if you want more help to the team and stuff. But the ult doesn't need damage. It's really a good ult already.
Yeah, there's plenty of setup for others to do damage off it.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Zeus rekit. So I know Kiki and Mio is very excited about this one. Mouse, Zeus. He was.
I never want to hear that god's name again, in all honesty. After that game, I think I haven't seen any of his stuff. I know I watched DM the other day play it, and
I thought he was gonna hit it. I had to go on the fucking.
His new Aegis assault is.
I can't hear him over him.
Yeah, his 2, whatever they've made the 2 to be, is kind of weird, really weird.
I'm pretty sure he throws out his shield, right? And then it sits there for a bit, and then he can, it says, and Zeus may hit with basic attacks or chain lightning to deal an additional damage. So, it's an object that sits there, and then you can chain lightning off it, and then it bounces around like it normally does. So, it's like a pseudo minion.
When they're showing that when they throw out this, it's not really big, but it's a circle area thing, and then you can basic attack, and if the basics go in that circle, basics get applied to everyone in the circle. Is that it? I think I saw the video on that, but I don't know if that was.
There was a video? Shit.
Yeah, there's a video on it now. But I thought it was there's a circle thing that comes out.
Yeah.
It's the shield, so it's a miniature version of his ult, but it doesn't I don't know, and he basics
We are knowledgeable
and
here.
everything. We are actually very knowledgeable, but if he basics and the basics land inside the circle, everyone that's inside the circle gets the lightning bolt thing on them that stacks with detonate.
Damn. That's OP as fuck.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's correct.
And then mix
But
that with
there's a video on it,
with
so-
his ult, and then you're just applying charges every
Yeah, if
2
you
charges
ult
a
and
second almost.
It is crazy. And then his 2, and then you basic in the 2. Everyone inside is stacked with detonate. That's dead. But I mean, Aegis OP.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Yeah.
How do you counter that? I guess sort of
Aegis.
walk out, yeah, and then
Yeah,
Aegis.
the circle isn't too big. I think it only.
And it doesn't slow now. It's detonate charge, so you won't take more. What does slow? Nothing. Oh wait, chain lightning.
Yeah, chain lightning.
Okay. I like that. That's good.
I think one thing that'll help Zeus as well is the fact he's not static when he's ulting as well. That'll allow him to move around a little bit easier, because that was always kind of awkward.
Yeah. Cool. Zeus. I hope we see more.
Yeah.
Because I quite like Zeus. And he's got cool effects and things. Fuck, I don't know. He's cool. Yeah,
There's
so...
probably, Pantheon fathers as well, him, Odin.
Yeah.
There's not one for Rome at the moment.
Yeah.
It's he's a big god in terms of mythology. It'd be good to see him played a bit more just for that aspect. And he's on all like the splash screens and stuff, and then
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
see him played. He's just like.
Pretty much.
All right, should we move on? I don't think we've got terribly much more to talk about today. Should we go into some announcements then, Knightfall?
Sure thing.
Alrighty, so one announcement, this is a bit of a personal one for me, is a lot of you may or may not know, I am in HughZ's So You Think You Can Cast competition, where
Vote HughZ.
yeah, where basically the top 4 from voting and or judge saves go to the super regionals in Atlanta, Georgia. So my shot at that show is this Thursday morning for us at 7 a.m. Sydney time. So yeah, come along and support me if you want to. I'd really appreciate it. Everyone that's been that's talked to me about it so far has been super supportive. So it's really awesome to see all you guys out there in OC being so kind and nice to me. It's a change for me. But yeah, so I'm on this Thursday morning on Smite Game on Twitch.
Do you know
So,
which?
yeah, come along and support.
Do you know what order? Like, will you be third or something, or you don't know?
I will probably be third. I would
Oh, I hope so. Because I got a class then, and I can only watch it afterwards. So I really hope.
Alpha Dojo, did I get Sushi's number? That is an inappropriate question.
But did you?
Yeah.
The avoidance of the question means yes.
Moving on. Yeah. So come along to that. I'll appreciate any support I can get, and yeah, we'll
Definitely.
hopefully there'll be some good representation for the OCE scene. I hope I'll do you guys proud.
We believe in you, HughZ.
We believe.
Hashtag HughZ for Worlds. Get it on, chat. Wait, that sounded... Oh, God. Not what I wanted. Get it on Twitter. There we go. That makes sense. Anything else? We'll switch hold hands with Rodigidy in front of everyone at PAX. That's
No?
will you let him?
We're totes in love. Apparently, with my money, or whatever I get from PAX, I have to get a Who Uses tattoo on my chest right here.
Hi.
So we'll come up with some hot Jesus / BE designs and see what we can do.
Oh, that's good.
Alrighty. I don't think there's much else to talk about, so let's open up to some questions from chat. I know a couple of people have been asking some stuff throughout the show, so go ahead, pop your questions in there now. Can be for all of us, or for just one of us, or for only a couple of us. We'll answer pretty much anything. It's not an AMA like the Direwolves dropped the other day in the Reddit, which was pretty funny to read. But yeah, anything, it could be about in-game stuff, it can be personal, it can be...
Except about Sushi's number.
except about...
I just want to say one thing. My mate offered me on Facebook, if I say penis, he'll buy me Subway. So thanks, mate.
Free Subway? Damn, can we all say that?
Is that for all of us?
Yeah, is that for all of us?
Oh, no, I think it's just me. Wait on.
Shame.
Yeah, no, it's just me.
Damn.
Oh,
Sorry, boys.
Tom says mum's gonna wreck you.
I saw a question earlier that said, are PC players really moving to Xbox? And yeah, that's actually happening. Not pro, like high-level PC players move to Xbox and are going to competitive there. Not because, well, I guess it's like an easier route. Yeah. Easier route to get into than trying to go pro on PC.
MLG's running some really cool competitions for Xbox One over in the US and EU.
Yeah.
Here in Australia, Cybergame is actually going to be running some Xbox tournaments, so keep your eyes on Twitter for that. I'm sure you'll find out about that. All right, we actually have some questions this week, which is cool.
I love
a serious one
questions.
from I Own Thee. What's it like to play in a competitive game with thousands of people watching you with so much on the line? I don't think we've ever had thousands of people watching us here in OCE, at least not at one time. But
Like 800 or something.
Mouse Rob, your
I think the COG games, I think Rob and I said after game 1 that we went in pretty nervous. Like, the fact that PAX was on the line and everything just made it so important that we played well, and luckily we did. That first game we came out and really put it to them.
I think we were a bit nervous, but like I was like at the same time I had a lot of faith in the boys, so I was like, oh yeah, we'll be right, sort of thing. I'm thinking, and yeah, it just sort of came together in that game, and we did exactly what we wanted to do, and like, but yeah, in front of like having lots of people watch, it does make you want to play a lot better. Like, I think that last game against COG, I felt like I'd been a bit lazy throughout the competition. Most of the rest of the team was doing all the work, and yeah, so I thought I'd better show up and do something. But yeah, it definitely helps you. I think it helps you play a lot better. Like, nothing was expected of us. We may as well just, you know, get it as best as we can.
Quick response to Link's ancestor here, who asked, where are the VODs of you singing? Anything that will improve your chances? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Dude, I've got
I
that
deny all
saved.
knowledge of any such material. If you make such slanderous remarks again, you will be hearing from my legal counsel.
It's so good.
No, it's actually terrible.
It's so
This
good,
one's for
dude.
Mouse, from El Chuckles. Mouse, what is it like to be made of garbage, and how does this affect your outlook on life?
Yeah, it's pretty bad, Chuckles. I mean, he's such a prick to me all the time. Like,
Isn't that just
garbage
Chuckles
can,
though?
Trash can, Garbo. I'm sick of it. I mean, I love Chuckles.
Lay down the law. Tell him. Smack him. No, don't do that. This is a real quick question. Why don't you guys like being called Kiwis? I'm the only Kiwi here, and I feel like I'm actually picking up like the Australian accent just by talking to too many of yous. Like the other day, I was talking to my mum, and she goes like, "So you've been talking to a lot of Australians?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Australians." And I'm like, "Wow, I just said that like an Australian, like passively just said it. That was so weird." And yeah, we don't mind being called Kiwis. I mean, that's sort of like what we're called.
What is
in a general sense? Are you able to name any players from OCE who went from PC to Xbox? No. Not from OCE, but from NA. I know there's quite a few.
All
No
of the
names,
Juice
though.
players were pretty much.
Yeah.
PC. I think realistically, anyone that plays Smite on Xbox has come from PC. I know here in OCE, however, a lot of the community that's already on Xbox, particularly Call of Duty and Halo, I know quite a few of them play Smite on the Xbox. That's just because that's the console where they're the most comfortable. And I'm not quite sure if that's going to be if that's the same route as overseas. But I would imagine it'd be more of a mix overseas of already existing Xbox players and former PC players. Whereas here in OCE, it's really just been already people that are already playing Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's basically a brand new game to them, whereas NA, it's PC. They've got all the knowledge. They just have to, learn the new controls. Or if they already know Xbox, then it's not that hard for them. So yeah, cool. Any more questions? Are you a tradie?
Nah.
What is a tradie?
I think you looked at that shirt I've got in the background. I studied geology at uni, but I need like that same sort of protective stuff to go into mining sites and things. And I had to wear that the other day. That's about it.
Top 5 players from Challenger Cup.
Oh, I don't even remember.
So many people got out on
Mouse
like
did
low
something
HP.
At some point.
Mouse
I think Rob
did do
did something.
I think. Maybe.
Rob did something at some point. Someone else probably did something, and then 2 more of that, and there you go.
I think my top play was the triple kill PAX confirm. That was about it.
Yeah.
There was actually quite a few like decent plays.
There was. It's just hard to.
Yeah, like comb through it all. Although day 1 we only had like one match.
I think we put it together that we cast 2.5 matches on day 1.
Collectively
out of a
over
6 or 7.
Yeah, and 8 hours streaming, was it? 6,
something
7?
like that.
I don't know.
It was great. Here's a good one. from this lame guy at Knightfall. Do you think there's better ways for hires to deal with toxic players, like receiving some type of feedback when you report someone?
Good question. Do you think there's better way? Hang on. Better ways for hires to deal with toxic players. Personally, I don't think there's a better way. I just think the thing that can be improved on is people reporting with detail, because a lot of times you just report and then like send it, you just be like, oh, he was harassing. But the more detail you give, the more investigating that hires will do into like what the player was doing. And they've got all the logs from every game, so they can see everything. So the more detail you give, the easier it is for them to ban them faster, and it's much less work for them. So it's essentially a collective effort to like get rid of toxicity. But I think the mute button and the report button are sufficient enough. Maybe they could bring in something like the tribunal, like League of Legends has. That's sort of like a community thing where like they sort of like vote, like, oh, this person was super toxic, let's get rid of him, sort of thing.
I think as well.
But that's all supervised by Riot as well. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. I think as well, it's not just a high-res problem. It's a community problem. It's an us problem.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, majority of people out there are on this game to have fun, to play, to try and win. There is a select group of people, though, that are just deliberately it's a very small percentage of people that are there deliberately to ruin other people's time. But that's a very, very small percentage. It's less than 1%. A lot of times, what you guys see as toxic players is someone having a bad day, or a miscommunication, or people just getting frustrated with each other. And it's up to us as a community and as individual players to keep a positive attitude in game, and to not be BM, and to help other people out when we're in there. And yeah, I think we've got to adjust our attitude rather than putting the onus on high-res. It's got to be an individual effort.
Yeah, pretty much. And someone says got toxic players, number 1, uninstall game, number 2, lighthouse on fire, and then what did it say? And then number 3, question marks for profit. You don't have to go that far. Basically, the tools you need to get rid of toxicity is the mute button and the report button, and just give details, and that's enough. Like, if someone's BMing you, you don't have to deal with that. The mute button is there for a reason for your team, and like in the in-game lobby, you could just hit like home right away, and you don't see the chat. So there's really, I mean, it sounds like bad and like sort of like you should just ignore it. You shouldn't ignore it, just report it, easy as. But like, there's really no reason to complain about, getting BM'd. Like, essentially, there's enough resources for it to be ignored, and then you just report someone for it. So, cool. Toxicity, bad. Reporting it, good. Cool. Any more questions? Can we get an arena tournament going for off-season? Definitely, we can do that. 3v3 league tournament, we can definitely do that. Easy as. We've got so many ideas, and like, keep throwing them at us. We could do whatever people want us to do in terms of tournaments, not
3v3 tournament is something that I wanted to like have as my own thing, like fund it myself, because I play 3v3 with my best mates all the time, like all day, every day, and like just in the off season where there isn't much to do, and like to benefit myself as like just getting into casting community and that, I think that like having like even more experience in off season, like my own hosted 3v3 joust tournament would be something fun to do. Like if everyone would get involved in it. But I don't actually know how competitive 3v3 tournament is. I mean, the only people we really verse is, Steam noobs, but that's rude to say. I know that's rude, but
it's not that bad.
I mean,
we're all
it's
Steam
not
noobs
bad,
at
but,
one
like,
point.
Of course, there's the few pro players that come in and like do it just for for fun. But I think that if it could be like really competitive if people actually got into it and have like just 3 solid players having like just a big tournament would be awesome.
Yeah.
And arena tournament as well would be cool. I don't play a lot of arena. That's like Knightfall's territory.
Whoa!
Just go and bang left, right, left.
I don't play that much arena. I think I play more assault than anything else.
Assault tournament, nah.
Yeah, assault tournament. I'd do that.
It's
But
too
yeah,
random.
more tournaments hosted by people other than Cybergamer, I think is good because it just gives more variety rather than everyone expecting CG to like do everything. It's good to share the workload of hosting tournaments because it means more for the community and not a massive workload for a couple people. There's a good question here that says, do you think matchmaking needs to be improved before the next goal comes out? Getting sick of playing with noobs. So the issue with matchmaking is not so much the system, it's the population of the players, the player base. So it tries to match you with someone of the same skill level, but if there's not enough players around your skill level, it'll match you with people anyway, just to get you into a match. I think it's like 17 minutes. There's like a tolerance thing where it just like gets rid of the skill thing and just puts you into a match with people. So it's just a population thing where we just need more people playing so that it's faster matchmaking, faster queues, and higher quality as well.
Rob from Richard Castle.
Yeah,
Why do you love HughZ so much? You played it well, by the way.
Oh, thanks. Well, I actually, I don't know how to put this. I actually just get bored of generic easy ADCs like X-Bowl and stuff a little bit, and then HughZ, I think, was like, I don't know, it was the first god that it took me a long time to actually figure out how to play him. So once I got it sort of down packed, I was pretty happy with myself, and I just like to keep playing it. And I reckon he's probably one of the better ADCs to get hyped about, some good ricochets and stuff. I'm pretty keen on doing that, so it always make feel like I'm looking for that a lot better. Also, I just love his kit. Actually, it seems to help out a lot in lots of teamfight situations. Yeah, that's about it.
There's another question. Do you guys plan to create more YouTube content for yourselves? Definitely. I'm working on a whole series of teaching people Conquest and getting new people into esports and Smite as an esport. Yesterday I was working on a new video, how to watch Smite as a spectator sport, as PAX is coming up, and just getting more viewers for that would be super sick and not having people confused. And I always see on the Reddit, how do I play Conquest? I play too much Assault in Arena. Can someone help? And then the responses are always, go and watch this person's 1,000 videos on how to do it. It's like, okay, that's a lot of videos and a lot of viewing time. So yeah, I'll be working on that. What about you, HughZ, or anyone else?
I would like to. I'm not going to commit to anything because I have lots of uni stuff to work on before PAX, lots of assessments and stuff. If there is an opportunity to make stuff like my latest onboard video, which I changed the format to be an interview rather than a gameplay thing, was really popular. I managed to get Ataraxia in for that one, which is pretty cool.
That was
if
awesome.
I can get some more of that kind of stuff done, because that was pretty simple to do, I probably will. Anything more extensive than that, probably not. I have to just balance in life, you know how it is. And yeah, pretty much. But possibly more onboards, but no commitment. I won't say I'm doing it unless I am going to do it.
Cool. Someone says, how can I get my friends to transition from League of Legends to Smite? Literally get them to play the game, and then that's it. And then they'll switch. Because it's just so much better in... Oh, look, someone even answered it. Uninstall LOL and install Smite. Easy as.
There you go.
just get them to play a couple games, and eventually they'll get, they'll enjoy it. Because
yeah, don't base it off one game, because I mean one game and you have as we were talking about before, if you have one game and one person is being toxic, don't base all of the community around that. As you were saying, it's 1% of the community, literally. So play a few games with them, and actually play with them. Don't just drop them off. I mean, when I first started, I got dropped off, and I drop off people as well. So actually play with them, teach them the game, and teach them how to enjoy it. at work playing with people rather than like solo queuing and getting frustrated. And that's like getting frustrated with a game is going to turn you off of it. So if you get frustrated easily, like play with people that you have fun with and have some top quality banter while you're doing it.
I think that's the best thing, just bantering between friends. Like, it just helps games. Like, it doesn't matter if you're losing or not. Like, quality banter while someone else is screwing up is just great.
It is, definitely. Richard, you haven't said cool beans once this video. Boom. There's
You just
once and cool beans. There we go. Twice. I said it at the start in the chat rather than actually saying it. But yeah. Okay, that's great to hear. Good job. It helps the community. Thanks, man. I just want the scene to grow. I think everyone just wants the scene to grow and just improve. Well, not improve. You know what I mean. Like, have the population higher. That would be cool. Bananas.
I think that probably will wrap it up for us there. Don't you think, Knightfall?
Okay, I'm just gonna scroll through the questions that I can see and take no more. See if there's any better good ones. No, cool. Yeah. So, how long have we gone? 55 minutes. This is a short one, but yeah,
Good. I think
it was
hours
quality.
Appropriate time.
Yeah, definitely.
That was good.
Cool beans.
Cool beans indeed. I think. While we're wrapping up,
Favorite saying, by the way, is cool beans.
I know it's great. It's so good. She says it in the Smart City Facebook chat as well. When she does, I'm like, yay.
Another convert.
Yeah. I will convert everyone to say cool beans. I've actually got a
Cool
shirt
beans.
on it. I'm so going to walk around PAX with that on.
Oh my.
Don't lie, that was the shirt you were ordering at the start of this and you ran out of money.
No.
Yeah.
It had cool
Parathus
beans and
is
then it had a
onto
big,
you.
Knightfall, aren't you the model for the cool bean shirt?
Yes. Somewhere. I think it... Where is it? It might be over there. Actually, I'll see if I can... I'll see if I can find it. My cable is long enough to actually go and get it. So, I'm on the other side of my room right now. Hello, stream from the other side of my room. No,
Can we
wrong.
answer these ice cream questions?
Sure.
No.
Is that the one like,
Like
Rob,
twisting
how
around.
would you eat me?
Oh, no. Okay, look, I'll answer it once. Vaporu, if I was the ice cream, how would you eat me? Slowly and with lots of tongue.
Oh, God.
There you go.
I'd put some sprinkles on him and just shove the whole thing in one go.
I'd shove a flake up him first.
Oh, my God.
I'd just break the bottom of his cone and just suck him out of there.
Oh, Jesus.
No, you gotta get the cover him in chocolate sauce and let it harden on top first.
Oh, my God.
God.
This just went downhill
This is
so
why we don't answer
quickly.
these questions, people.
Oh, my God.
Nightfall,
Anyway.
we can't see your shirt in Skype, but is that the
That's
cool
the Cool
beans one?
Beans one, yeah.
Nice.
It's Cool Beans.
Bonke, shout out to League Q. Everyone Q League. League is good.
Yeah, everyone Q League.
Smart.
Like now that
League
it's off
must
season,
go
I saw
down.
your Reddit post.
League
Like-
scares me too much now. There's too much on the line when you're in Diamond. I don't want to play ever again.
I'm in Diamond, look at me.
Yeah, I said that because Mouse is a little soot. We'll never get in there.
Bronze 5 represent, boys. Let's go.
The climb begins.
Real
Start-
quick,
Gotta start somewhere.
before we end, if anyone is good with video editing and wants to create us like an intro and outro, that would be Cool Beans. Because right now it's just us talking and then it's suddenly, oh, here we are. But if it would be cool if we could get one for like the VODs. If you're keen to help, just message the channel, or if you like already know me, just
Oh,
message
the
me
comment.
and stuff. So yeah, cool,
Alrighty.
sweet as.
Well, thank you very much to our guests for joining us today. It was great having you on. Thank you to everyone in
Nice.
chat that showed up to this great podcast, and we'll see you next time.